Hi, welcome to another Drive with Care. Now, I've had a request. I like requests because it gives me a sense of motivation. Why should I be doing these drivings? Well, if you're watching the drivings, then I might be doing something right, especially when you start asking, could you just do this drive? So the request is DW1876, who says, can I please make a request to do more driving around the villages outside Canterbury, specifically Chartham, when you're next that way? Well, guess what? I'm next that way. I'm actually going to take us through Chartham, so we'll start at Chelmsford Street. Phone down, by the way, before I start the car. So let's have a look at Chartham, shall we? Just outside Canterbury. Just noticed that the GoPro's moving. So we'll start here, Chelmsford Street, go up in towards the edge of Chartham, and then drive down to where the level crossing is, into the village square. We'll go over the crossing, and then come back on ourselves, and then head on up. So yeah. Let's see what's what on this dreary, dank day. But it is a request, so I'm quite happy to do this. So usual things, the old red and yellow squares, traffic calming here, so road narrows. And it might be that you're just watching this for the sake of a nice drive around a Kentish village. But I still want to highlight any hazards and things for awareness. Pedestrians. So possibility of giving way to oncoming traffic here. Car door opening there. I'm looking at gaps. There's some headlights coming. I think I'm going to have to give way here. I'll give way behind this Citroen. I can't go. Look behind you. Oh, some people. Look, cars. Don't give way to people when you've got a stream of cars behind you. I know he was doing his best, but I had a car behind me, so I had to go for it. Grr. That's etiquette for you. Should I have been grateful? I'm a seasoned driver who is very quick at getting impatient. So this is Chartham. What was Chartham, people? Was it an old mill village? Because there's a river going through here. I don't know what the name of it is. I'll put it on the screen. And you had a mill. Was it Thuxted Mill? Something like that. Blind Bend. Road narrows ahead, we've got the old bridge. I think what I'll also be doing is calling out the road signs because they give me an awareness of what to expect in the road ahead. God, that little street up there, Chelmsford Street, is still in my mind. All the activity that was going on there. Road narrows and priority to oncoming vehicles. But I can see there aren't any. Isn't this quaint? It looks like the eagle has landed with Michael Caine, although that was filmed somewhere else. Old Tudor historic building. Got a level crossing ahead. New level crossing control ahead. Used to be a manned crossing, and you can see the signal box there, and the old chappie would come out, but they've put the automatic barriers up. So I'm going to go left here, onto the A28, and then back down, and then back up through the town. Clear to my left. I can't see anything on my right, so it's edging out. No trains coming, thankfully. Imagine trying to cross, and the level crossing hadn't adjusted. One-way route, so I don't need to indicate. I'm coming back down that road. So Just do a quick kind of U-turn. Clear both ways. Me and the white transit were coming out at the same time. I'm going back down. Priority to oncoming vehicles. There's a learner driver. Wonder if they watch Drive with Care. Okay, back into a 30 zone. It was 30 all the way there, but when we came onto the A28, that was probably a 40 or national speed limit zone. Cross the crossing again. I always like to look for trains. You never can tell, right? Right, learner driver is going right. I think I will too. I'm going to go around the village green just to make it a little interesting. Couple of narrow lanes here. Learner's turning left. The green. Who would have thought it, eh? Still suffering a cold, people. Don't know how to shake these things. Going back down the green. What a majestic looking house in front. Lord of the Manor once, I suppose. Oncoming vehicle. I'm doing all of 13 miles an hour. I'm due to go racing around here. So now we're going right here, so it's clear to my left, so it's just a case of edging out until I can see it's clear. No footway for 200 yards, so potential for pedestrians in the road. Single file traffic, because the road narrows. This is the old mill. Chartham papers. Wow, driving through the heart of the old mill. Pedestrian in the road. Sunday papers. Gonna go home and do himself a Sunday roast. Blind bend, road narrows, the artichoke. Look at this. Wonderful. Road ahead closed. To the right, but I'm not going right. Oh, oncoming traffic. Way here. The lady wants to go right, so she's doing a bit of a U-ey. So I want to go up the hill. She did it. Oh, she's doing a U-ey. That's all good. Let's go up here. Is this where the... don't want to sound disparaging, but the lunatic asylum used to be up here. Chartham Lunatic Asylum. Do they still have lunatic asylums? You know, in the Victorian era, when there was mental illness, people were just locked away, weren't they? What do they do these days? Prescribe medication? I don't think there are any lunatic asylums anymore. I could be wrong. Drop me a comment. Are we interested? Where am I? I feel like I want to go and find it. Do a little magical mystery tour. I think it's this way. I think we'll go this way. Into a 30 zone, roundabout ahead. I'm going to go left at the roundabout. Because I do believe this is where the lunatic asylum used to be, and they've now built a housing estate on it. But there is traffic calming measures. That's not what I was going to say. There is one structure that still exists. More traffic calming. I can't see who has priority. He's waving me on. So that's all good. Thank you. My priority to oncoming traffic. All of this land on the right with the housing estate used to be the lunatic asylum. I keep harking on, don't I? The loony bin. And there it is on the right. Gosh, it's all turned into private houses. If you're that way inclined, would you sense the spirit of the place if you lived there? Dead end ahead, so I'm going to just do a turn in the road, I think. Is this of any interest to anyone? Drive around Chartham to see the loony bin. Because that's what we call it, isn't it? You know, let's not be politically correct. We grew up saying these things at school. You belong in the loony bin. Priority to oncoming vehicles, and there is an oncoming vehicle. Rather nice looking place though. Quiet estate. Right, we'll drop down onto the roundabout, head back towards Canterbury and wind the video up down there. And that was a little drive around Chartham on a bleak Sunday afternoon. It says diverted traffic, but I think that's because the road was closed up there. It's not that I have to go that way because this road is not blocked. But this is national speed limit now. Got a motorcyclist behind me. Driving along the north... Oh, a chair! Have yourself a seat. Bit of flight tipping going on there. Blot on the landscape. That's what I think. Cyclist in the middle of the road. Is that motorcyclist going to overtake me? It's getting a bit close. My nose is running. Send me tips for cold remedies other than honey, because I don't like honey. Hey, Rachel. Sign says farm traffic. I'm looking at the time on the watch, on the clock. Potentially 12 minutes so far. But we're coming to the end now anyway. 40 mile an hour zone. Coming soon. 2, 3 and 4 bedroom houses. Wow. Let's do some more building. End of 40 mile an hour zone. Pull up on the left of this roundabout and conclude the video. Car to my right, all clear. Yeah, let's pull up outside Brett's concrete headquarters, group head office. So that was strange. That was Chartham. I kind of didn't really know where I was going with that. I know Chelmsford Street because I knew someone who lived on it, and I knew the back road down to where the level crossing was, but the rest of it was kind of, touchy-feely. But, sometimes you're driving roads that you're not familiar with, and so you still have to keep your wits about you, don't you? And you still have to kind of adhere to the rules of the road, and that's for everyone's benefit. So that was Chartham. Thank you very much. What was it? DW or 18? I'll have to look again now. DW 1876. Yeah, if you all want me to go somewhere in the nicest possible way, then drop me a comment. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now. Drive with care. I'm going to go home and get a cold remedy going.